Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 1, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, PNP rejects a son of the soil aspirant for Hanover Eastern constituency. Although he is a born and bred Hanover Eastern son, 49-year-old Craig Oates, who had put himself forward as an aspirant candidate in the Hanover Eastern constituency to represent the People's National Party in the next general election, has been rejected by the party. Oates, who has been serving as the constituency chairman since July of this year, when he was elected unopposed at the constituency conference, was written to by the party, telling him that he will not be the party's representative for the next general election. In a letter dated November 16, 2023, with the heading Decision Regarding Candidacy in Eastern Hanover for the next general election, under the signature of the party's General Secretary, Dayton Campbell, Oates was told that the decision for his rejection came about based on the results of a recent Don Anderson poll and the state of the constituency. The Executive Committee meeting on Monday, November 13, 2023, discussed the poll results and the state of the constituency. Based on the results and having looked at the current political landscape and the strategic direction the party aims to pursue, the Executive Committee has decided that your aspiration to become the party's standard bearer is regrettably at an end, the letter read. The letter went on to thank Oates for offering himself to be the party's standard bearer, adding that his work over the last several months in the constituency has not gone unnoticed. We look forward for your continued work as the chairman of the constituency, the letter concluded. Checks with some PNP supporters within the constituency have revealed that since the defeat by Dave Brown of the Jamaica Labour Party of Wavell Hines of the PNP in the general election of 2020, the PNP's machinery in that constituency has been without a leader until Oates decided to take up the mantle and re-energized it. When the news contacted Oates, who is overseas, he expressed his disappointment at the new development, but stated that on his return to Jamaica in a matter of weeks, he will be calling a public meeting to inform the constituents about the situation. I do not want to say much right now, but I am not going to resign as the chairman of the constituency, as I have been contacted by over 80% of the electors in the constituency who do not want me to resign, he stated, emphasizing that over the years, several non-Hanoverians have been brought into the constituency to run as a member of parliament. Oates argued that it is full time that the practice stops, adding, "We believe that Hanover is for Hanoverians." He called for a more transparent process within the PNP towards selecting a candidate to represent the constituency, while outlining that he has been through a three-pronged process since making his aspirations known, with positive results all the way, yet at this late moment, he is being told that he will not be given the chance to represent the people of Hanover Eastern, his place of birth. Vice Chairman of the constituency, Winter McIntosh, who is also the council caretaker for the Chester Castle Division in the Hanover Municipal Corporation, told the news that he is a little disappointed about the new developments with regard to the PNP not using Oates as its candidate in the next general election. One, he is doing a lot of work, even in Chester Castle Division alongside me, so I am disappointed. I am disappointed because he has been out there and he has not gotten the nod, he stated. He added that in personal conversations with Oates, Oates has given his personal commitment to the people of Hanover and the PNP, which confirms that he will not be resigning from the position of constituency chairman. Oates also told the news that whatever might happen on his return to Jamaica, he will be working assiduously to assist the three council candidates of the PNP in Hanover Eastern to secure wins in the next local government election due by February 2024. December 18 hearing for church ritual killing. The defense and the prosecution in the matter involving Andre Ruddock, accused of slashing the throat of a woman during an alleged church ritual in St. James nearly 2 years ago, have discussed and agreed on a date and the mode for the trial. Justice Judith Pusey gave the instructions to the parties when they appeared in the Home Circuit Court for the plea and the case management hearing on Wednesday. However, the hearing was rescheduled to December 18. The defendant was further remanded. In the meantime, Ruddock's lawyer Anthony Williams has indicated that his client wishes to have a judge-alone trial, but the prosecution said that it needs to get further advice on whether that is permissible. Tanika Gardner, 39, was killed during an alleged sacrificial ritual at the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries in St. James. A man identified as Michael Brown was also found dead on the compound of the church on October 17, 2021. Ruddock was taken into custody by the police following a bizarre series of events that ended in the deaths of the two individuals and reportedly confessed to Gordon's murder. Ruddock and Gardner were both members of the ministry headed by the late Dr. Kevin Smith. Gardner was introduced to the church by her aunt, while Ruddock was employed by Dr. Smith to take care of his animals, including 17 goats and 3 cows, and to perform other jobs around the church. Brown, now deceased, was a member of the church at the time of his demise and was suffering from a health issue, which resulted in tubes being attached to his body. Dr. Smith told Brown, "You have to die, but you will rise again, because I am the resurrection and the light." Thereafter, Dr. Smith pulled the tubes out from Mr. Brown, who then bled to death. Dr. Kevin Smith, however, died a week later in a motor vehicle crash while he was being transported to Kingston to be formally arrested and charged with murder and other offenses related to the actual ritual. Attorney at law Venice Brown is also representing Ruddock. Police moving to nab culprits pelting vehicles on North-South Highway. There is an urgent need for fencing to be erected on the bridge located on the Lindsay leg of the North-South Highway following an increase in incidents of nefarious persons using that vantage point to throw stones at vehicles passing, often with the intention of robbing motorists if they stop to investigate. Last Friday, Andre and other members of his family were traveling to Outaouais for a funeral when they had the almost deadly experience. Upon reaching the Linstead vicinity, there is an overhead bridge close by the exit for the Lindsay toll, and that's where the person threw the stone from, above the overhead bridge, and it hit the car. Luckily, it wasn't the windscreen. It was the headlights that it hit, he said in the news interview. He stated that they did not stop the vehicle, and as they reached the next toll booth further along the highway, they noticed that other vehicles that were traveling behind them also had been stoned. Although he counts himself lucky, he lamented the traumatic experience, which he said could be minimized with the fencing on the bridge and the proper lighting in the vicinity. To avoid this occurring with the one highway from Spanish Town to Maypen, what they did, they fenced the bridge so that persons can't walk and look down on the toll. What they do, they put some high mesh fence so that persons can't really go there and throw stuff. That is not so on this toll, he said. You're supposed to have proper lighting because there is no light out there, The vicinity, the spot where they are doing it. There is no street light there. It is so dark, he added. Head of the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary Mackenzie, told the news that 5 reports of such incidents on that leg of the highway have been made recently, but he noted that no arrest had been made so far. However, he said the police have increased its patrol on the highway to reassure motorists and discourage other incidents. We want to catch some of these people without them damaging any more vehicles or eventually hurting other persons. We believe that this kind of action is very selfish. It is a serious crime to want to injure people because when you throw stone from that height, it can actually kill someone, so we take it very seriously, said Mackenzie. Mackenzie also disclosed that the culprits were from nearby communities. When we have these situations, it is not the people from outside communities who are doing these things. It is people from surrounding communities, and it is very bad that this is happening, and so our community police have started to work around it. We are trying to locate persons who may have done it, and we may have altered our highway patrol to spend the time in that area, he said. Senior Superintendent Howard Chambers, commanding officer for the St. Catherine North Division, told the news that the police have identified the suspects. We have information on some possible perpetrators, so we are pursuing that also. We have a few persons that we are searching for, he said. Mackenzie, in the meantime, is reiterating calls for the bridge to be fenced as he believes that this will prevent those incidents. This particular thing was one on the other side of the highway, and we found that it worked well, and so we have spoken to the highway authorities, and we expect that they will respond positively to it, he said.